figured, let's have some early morning content. We're not going to be playing the game, I can almost guarantee that. Fortnite is simply my background. But it's Saturday. We have a lot of thoughts and feelings going through our head, per the usual. But especially, I have therapy this morning. In like 3 hours, actually. So just a little bit of content to help keep my moisture flowing, to get me our morning medicine in me, because I find sometimes on Saturday mornings I struggle, even though I know I need it, because if I don't get medicine in me when I go to my therapy, I won't be able to, like, talk about the things that I need to talk about, because I'll be so anxious with, racing thoughts, which sometimes that might happen in general. Um, so the meeting is not going to be very long. I plan on ending at about 8 o'clock, unless Rainbow wakes up before then. Um, she's been sleeping until about 7:45, 8 o'clock, so I was like, you know what? I have time for a little half-hour meeting, some Saturday morning content. Come here, enjoy a bowl of Jaded Rose, talk with me, myself, and I, and any cocktails that are incognito later, watching this later on as posted content. It does feel a little weird in the morning when I talk because I have my headset on, which makes me sound muffled, so I have to, like, be aware of my voice and not let it go too high in decibel. I have one of those voices that I can easily project, like, when I whisper, you can still hear me whispering. I don't think there is that much difference between my whisper and the tone I have right now, because I can whisper with intent, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think, should we spread the content? I don't know. Like, it's so early and the meeting's gonna be so short that I'm like, should we spread the content? Why not? You know what? Let everyone on my Facebook know that I am doing some early morning content. Oh, good morning, good morning. I love sharing my thoughts and feelings, but I hate when people see something they don't understand. Instead of asking someone about it or, like, trying to understand, they just laugh. And I will never understand that concept, why people laugh at stuff they don't understand. Um, and I always get people go, oh, well, you should be less sensitive. Like, no, you should be less of a dick. You know what I mean? Me sharing parts about myself and someone making fun of me is always going to make me feel hurt, you know what I mean? Will I stop what I'm doing? Fuck no, because I enjoy what I do and I'm confident in it. But no one wants to consistently share something about themselves and have people constantly laughing at it, you know what I mean? That's just it's not enjoyable. Like when I tell people about my health issues and how someone wasn't mindful about it, they just laugh because my leg was hurt for months afterwards, and it's like, that's not funny. Like, I have severe arthritis in my left leg, and it was not funny, you know? Right, perfect. Kottontale Mooiisstt has shared a link. Saturbae. Morning content from yours truly, the moist maker. This Kottontale right here. So we got our iced Kottontale. We have the content spread to perfection. Jaded Rose is already loaded. I made sure to load her before the meeting. So, yes. Yes. Spreading the content. It's so moist indeed. Spreading it from here to there to everywhere. Come say hello to me. Da 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 da. Swear, I would love to, like, Broadway, you know what I mean? Like, ew, that memory. Ew. I posted a memory of, it was 3 years ago. You know, it's frustrating coming across memories from, you know, many years ago because, you know, you get wedding memories, and it's just like, great photo, horrible memory. You know what I mean? Like, also, holy shit, I had orange hair. Like, I'm so indecisive with my hair, and it shows immensely in my wedding photos because I have orange hair in my fucking life. It's so sad. I could have had just so much other hair, and we have orange. Looking like Lilu up in this bitch. Corbin Dallas. Lilu Dallas. Multipass. Alright. Don't need that. Don't need that. But yeah, we have Hosey Posey. I have therapy today, which therapy will be really good. Be able to talk about anything that's been troubling me the last, 2 weeks since I saw her, and also talking about the move, because before the end of this month I will be officially moved from where I'm living now, and it's really exciting. It's really nerve-wracking, but it's really exciting. Next weekend, literally Saturday right now, so next Saturday, um, at some point, my best bitch will be coming up to get me and some of my boxes, and then we're gonna drive to her house, which is where I'm living, so my new home, and looking at the rooms and stuff like that. So I have measurements that I have to get. I have to be sure to measure my bed. I have to be sure to measure my entertainment centers, mainly because they're super tall. They're well, they're not super duper tall, but they're taller than me. I'm 5'8", and I want to say that they're about 6 feet tall. I can't remember if the roof is taller than 6 feet tall. I'm pretty sure it is, so I'm pretty sure they'll fit, but it's the sort of thing that I want to be sure. Because, like, basically the basement has one area that's like a laundry room, and that ceiling's higher, so I can put my entertainment centers there, but I want to be able to put it inside my bedroom, so it's part of my decor. However, we do not know if it will fit, you know what I mean? So, I think it will, and I've been, like, slowly but surely kind of, like, figuring out, the way I want my room to look in my new house. I'm the type of person that I like to plan everything out as much as possible, so then when I move things in, they just go into their designated spots. My mom got me a phenomenal princess canopy that I'm going to have her help me install. Mainly because my mom's really good at finding the studs. And I trust, like, myself and my friend, but I trust my mom's more, you know what I mean, to have her there as I'm, like, knocking on my ceiling to find a beam to attach my canopy to, because that will be a huge determinant on where I put my bed, because I want to be able to have that canopy over it. Good morning. Hello and welcome to our Club of Cottontales. How are you doing this morning? Thank you as always for spreading the moist content and leaving your opinion. Always appreciate it. Just some Saturday morning content from yours truly. Rainbow is still napping really, or not even napping, she's sleeping. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, I'm awake. I'm ready to do the day. Oh no, I'm feeling all sorts of things. My new acquaintance is a rather busy individual, and the last few days we've been chatting and whatnot, and things are going well, but we had been wanting to do a video chat, and he was wanting to do one yesterday, but then he never really got back to me. Like, he did respond to my message at some point, like, when he was done being busy, but I just imagine, like, the evening time got extra busy. I don't know, I probably will talk to him today, be like, hey, like, when we try to make plans, you shouldn't leave me hanging. Like, it wasn't set in stone plan, so I'm not, like, upset, but we had been talking about, doing video chats the last few days. Also, I wanted to try to maybe meet him today, or if not today, sometime, um, maybe next weekend after I'm done moving stuff, or the following weekend after that, because basically, like, today's the 9th, next Saturday's the 16th, 16th is the first day I'm going to my new home. The 23rd, I'm gonna chill that day. I'm not gonna do any moving, so I can just and prepare for the 30th, which is the last Saturday in January, and that will be the day I move all of my stuff. That will be the day that, Michelle has her husband bring the big truck and the trailer, and we load up all my big stuff, and we take it to my new home. So by February 1st, I'll be all the way moved in and, be getting stuff established that first week. That first Saturday, the 30th, when I get all of our stuff there, my biggest thing is getting my daughter's room set up, getting her bed built, getting, a little area for her set up in her bedroom. And then also having my bed set up. I can do everything else. I can move my TV, I can move, obviously, my knickknacks and stuff like that, my desk and things, but I can't maneuver my bed by myself. So, that will be something that I want to get up that first day, and I've already, Moose, my ex, he already said that he would help me, because he's the one that actually built my bed, so he already said that he would help with taking it apart and rebuilding it in my new home for me, so I really appreciate that. For the most part, though, I don't want my ex to help me with a lot of things, because things are in a good area, but he still is a manipulator, he still is a gaslighter, and he still is someone who treats me like shit whenever he feels like it. All it takes is just him not feeling a certain way, and all of a sudden I'm no longer getting treated with kindness. That happens on a regular basis. So I want him to help me the minimum amount that he has to for moving. But yeah, I'm good. I would be doing great if I had been able to talk to Matthew yesterday. But the thing about Matthew is that I know that he's super busy. You know what I mean? He's young, like very young. So there's that. I got to keep that in like my mind that he is very young. And then also he is in the process of kind of getting into college. So, and he's going into accounting. So I imagine that he has a lot of different things that he has to do. So I don't really like, not pressure, but like nitpick, you know what I mean? I don't really like, well, why didn't you respond to my message type of thing. Like, it'd be different if we were in a committed romantic relationship and I was still getting ignored. It's still really fresh. We've only been talking now for 6 days, so not even a week, you know what I mean? But he's communicated quite well in that week's span, you know what I mean? And we'll just kind of have to see how it goes from, goes in the future, because I do, whether it's a casual relationship or a more serious relationship, irregardless to what type of relationship it is, both sides need to be giving equal affections and attention. So if I'm the only one, giving and not receiving, that's an issue. But so far it's been nice. Last night was really the first night that we didn't really like talk before I went to bed sort of thing. Um but he also didn't get on Snap. Like he didn't go on to Snap and look at my snaps. I had like my brains go, well, he still could be on Snap and just ignoring your Snapchats. That could be too true, but we need to be mindful to not think about that. That's going to be our insecurities from, past exes making us think like, oh, they're doing something shady, but until someone shows that they're actually doing something shady, you need to be mindful that they're not like other people. You know what I mean? Um, so I'll just kind of have to see how today goes, because I had mentioned a few days ago about possibly meeting this weekend, and he said, he was unsure if he was busy or not, because he's like working, going back to school, you know what I mean, like, and he does still live at home. When you live underneath your parents' roof, regardless of your age, you have to follow their rules to some extent. So yeah, I've been there. I was 21, or I was 20, 21, and I moved back into my parents' house. Did I have more freedom because I was an adult? Of course. Did I follow her rules because I was under her roof? Of course. But of course. Oh yeah, my Matthew, his birthday is in April, just like yours, Wheels. Except his is at the end of the month, whereas yours is obviously the very first day. La 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 la. At last. Ooh. Well, motherfuckers, let's wait just this little minute or so because it's 7:19 a.m. And you guys know what that means. Anytime that it is 20 past the hour, like it is right this motherfucking moment, anytime that it is 20 past the hour, that means it's 4:20 somewhere. So happy 4:20 to all of the little fluffy cottontails out in the world. Regardless of what the day holds, I feel like this is going to be a really good day. But I do hope that I get to at least video chat with Matthew, if not meet him. I would really like to meet him, even though it's only been a few days since we even started talking. I want to meet him because when you have a strong connection like what we have, it's really good to see if it's going to transverse into real life, if it's going to be person to person, face to face. Because you can have chemistry through a phone and not have any in real life. You know what I mean? But I have talked to Matthew about meeting before I move. Because once I move, we're gonna go from living like 15 minutes from each other to like 45 minutes to an hour. Which wouldn't be an issue if it wasn't for the fact that neither of us drive. He may know how to drive just like I know how to drive, but I know that neither of us have a license. I know this because I know that I don't have one, and I know that he doesn't have one because when I asked to see proof that he was his age, um, that's the only thing that can get a little questionable when you date people younger than you. Always check your ID. Learn from my mistakes. When I was 22, I had someone lie to me, and it was not cool. They lied to me. They told me they were 19. They were not 19, and you know, I lucked out that it didn't go anywhere from where it was. Like, he was consenting. He did want that, you know what I mean? So, but it, it could have gone the other way, you know what I mean? And it's just, you need to be cautious. You need to be smart. So, like, when this new person, you know, I'm on Woo Plus, right? I get a notification going, John has liked you. He uses a fake name on the app. Believe me, we've already gotten through that. But anyways, so it says so-and-so has said hi. You know, go say hi back. So I go into the app and I see this person. I see the face. I always look at their face first. I'm like, okay, he's cute. So I click on the profile. And I'm like, oh, okay, 18. And I just, like, I start laughing. I just start laughing because I'm like, an 18-year-old? Like, what? But that's just it, is like, whereas I go for younger, obviously, there is those who are younger who go for older. But usually I don't go for anyone under 21. But, you know, there was something about him that sparked my interest. You know what I mean? It started with, like, the cuteness, and then I read the profile, and then how he responded to me chatting with him. Um, I actually said something quippy about, like, are you related to the Phantom of the Opera? Because, like, all of his pictures were like portions of his face, and he he literally was like, Psh, I might be. Like, it was playful, it was fun, and, you know, like, it was a good icebreaker. You know what I mean? And it's just been like that from the get go, of just kind of like flowing and rolling and talking to each other. So it should be interesting to see how it goes. But that was one big thing to me, is I asked him to confirm his age for me, and he didn't get a guff. All he did was take a picture of his ID. You know what I mean? And me seeing the ID, I now can see it's a Washington State identification card, not a Washington State driver's license. You know what I mean? Um, but that's beside the point. I'm just glad that it was confirmed. And it was funny too, because he just kind of laughed it off. I was like, before I continue to talk to you, I have to confirm that you are at least 18. You know what I mean? He's like, and he didn't say anything, but then I got a snap of his ID. Like, that was very refreshing. Like, I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, he did what? I was like, yeah. She's like, that's surprising, especially for an 18-year-old, because usually when you're that age, you're trying to get what you want. You know what I mean? But age is just a number. He could be a very mature 18-year-old. You know, I've met very mature young people, so, and I've met very immature older people. I will tell this though, or say this though. Me actively talking to an 18-year-old right now gives all of the little people, because I've had a lot of people who are like 10 years younger than me hit on me. Like, a lot of them, they're like, ooh, I might actually have a chance now. And it's like, I'm sorry, my dude. Like, just because you're all of a sudden 21 doesn't, it's not going to make me attracted to you. Like, as soon as you hit 18, you're not all of a sudden going to be attractive to me. You either have a connection with someone or you don't. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. So it's like, and I know within the first 5 minutes if I'm sexually attracted to you, and if I have a connection. Like, I know. You know what I mean? And then that's what I make the decision on, if I want to flourish it. You know, like, I'm hoping that Red Ranger is the last person that we see red flags and we still try to pursue them because we're so intrigued by the individual. I really hope that he is the last person that I do that with. I'm sure he won't be, because I'm only 34 and I have many, many, many more years to live. But I really hope that we do our best. And when we notice a red flag, we mention it. Like, you know, with Matthew, when he was using a fake name, I even said to him, like, hey, that's a big red flag. And he didn't get rude or irate. That's something, is people will show their colors. When you ask certain questions, especially tough questions, they will show their character. You know what I mean? For example, I've been ghosted after I told people, you know, my situation, even though I'm very honest about it. Um, I get ghosted because they hear that I live with my ex, and they don't care to, you know, see where that is. You know what I mean? When I was talking to Matthew about me moving, and he asked me why, I said it's because toxic individuals, I've been trying to get out of my environment for a while. And he was like, is it just the people? And I was like, long story short, I live with my ex. You know what I mean? And he just simply said, oh, okay, I understand. You know what I mean? Like, I know 30-year-olds who don't react that way. You know what I mean? Let alone a fucking 18-year-old. And then, oh man, that's something else too, is not taking the conversations always to a sexual place. I had this one person that I had matched with just before the new year, and we talked a little bit after the new year. But it was they kept saying that they were looking for a serious long-term relationship. They weren't looking for casual stuff. They kept saying that, but their actions showed otherwise. Like, for example, I stopped talking. Like, I'd sent them a message and they never sent me one back. But recently I had a really delicious bowl that I wanted to share with a lot of people in my Snap, so I sent it to a bunch of people, including that person. Their fucking response wasn't, "Hi, that looks awesome," or, "Can I get a taste?" Something like it. If you want to be innuendish, you can do it, but in a polite way. It was just, "Hey, sexy." I haven't talked to this person in a month, and the last time I talked to them, I told them I was not looking for just something like that. You know what I mean? But every single time I talk to them, they always take it to that realm. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about getting to know me. They just want to get to know my body. You know what I mean? And the thing is like, you can want to get to know someone's body, but you have to get to know them as a person, and then they'll want to, unless they're easy, you know what I mean, or that's their whole purpose, is just to use you as a toy, you know what I mean. People who share um, nudie pictures immediately, they're only looking for a hookup, they're only looking for casual things, you know what I mean. The individuals who share a little bit later after you've been talking, is it going sexy? Sure, but it's not based on that. You know what I mean? Like, I like that, with Matthew, we've had all sorts of different conversations. And he even sent me a message talking about how he was feeling overwhelmed. And when I asked what, it was just, with everything going on right now in the news and stuff, he was feeling a bit overwhelmed. And I thought that was really a wonderful sign in a positive direction that he was able to share something like that with me. You know what I mean? Like he was feeling overwhelmed, and I was one of the first people he thought to message. Like, I like that, and I definitely. I'm just enjoying seeing where the connection goes, and hopefully, my hope is that, because we met from a dating app. Obviously, I'm not the first person he said hi to. I know that because I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? I don't have to ask him to know that I'm not the only person he said hi to. Um, but he also did tell me that he's had some weird interactions on the app. You know what I mean? So I don't I don't know if I'm the only person he's talking to. I don't know. I don't want to know. But I would hope that as he's single, he is looking at all aspects. I know if someone else said hi to me, I would look at their profile and see if I wanted to say hi back. You know what I mean? And then decide if that's something I want to do. I probably wouldn't, only because I'm the type of person that when I'm flourishing something with someone, I'm flourishing it only with them. So when I match with someone on the dating apps and I start talking to them, I'm only talking to them. I'm not I'm not actively on there looking through pictures, searching for people to say hello to. I'm not doing that when I feel a connection. Like right now, I feel a connection. To be honest, I think I went on to Woo Plus maybe once in the last 6 days, and I was just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I literally was like looking at people, and I was like, one of the people I was like, "You're kind of cute, but Matthew's cuter," is what my brain said. So I was like, let's just close out the app and see where this current acquaintance and connection is going. He's no longer an acquaintance. I'd definitely say that it's a friendly acquaintance. Like it's just working up the ladder of relationships, because all relationships starts here. You're an acquaintance, and then you bump up to like a connection, and then see if that connection becomes friendly. Or, like, is it going to be a friendly connection? Once you're friendly, is it going to be a romantic, or is it still just going to, like, is it going to be casual? Like, there's so many different ways that a relationship can go. You know what I mean? Here in Club Cottontail, I have a relationship with each and every one of you. Most of you, it's an acquaintance, because I don't know you. You've just only popped into my channel and saw a random person talking. Other people, I've made a connection where, you come back in every so often and I remember you. Wheels, Captain Chronic, Miss Melfi. Like, we have lots of individuals who come in that I'm like, hey! Some are just connections, some are actually friends. Like, I definitely consider Wheels one of my good friends, Um, but it started as an acquaintance when everything starts an acquaintance. And then we have people, like, I have people that I met through wheels that are still just acquaintances. You know what I mean? Um, I have ones that like they seem like they were friends, but they were always just an acquaintance. Aaron is a good example of that. Someone whom, you know, I wanted to be his friend, but I don't think he wants to be anyone's friend. I think he's just like he's his own creature living his life. You know what I mean? But I do get to talk to him every once in a while, so he's still like a friendly acquaintance. You know what I mean? Like we have a connection, sort of thing. I also like flirting with him because he's like 23 and he hates when I flirt with him because like he doesn't usually go for older people, so it's like he's like stop it, I don't know what to do. It's so funny. I mean, I met him when he was 20 and he was an infant baby bunny and he hated that I called him an infant baby bunny. And now look at me, I'm freaking getting to know an infant baby bunny. Oh, just a baby bunny. An infant baby bunny is under 18. Just a baby bunny. I don't usually talk to baby bunnies. I usually only talk to Cottontails of 21 up. You know what I mean? But that's just it is like time, age, years doesn't mean shit. It's the quality of the connection and the character of whom you're making the connection with. That's how you can have a better connection with someone within 10 minutes than someone that you've known, you know, for 10 days plus. You can have a better connection with someone that you've known for 10 days versus someone you've known for 10 years because it's the quality of their character. And their maturity level. Like, it's, my mom is forever telling me that I was born 26, and I feel like Matthew is one of those individuals that, like, they've just always been older, you know what I mean? You're just mature. Yeah, cheers. Oh, man. 7:34 a.m.? Oh, Moose is on his way home. This should be interesting if he arrives before Rainbow is up. Because I think that's what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just have the meeting go until she wakes up. Because even once she wakes up, she doesn't like to be out of the crib immediately. She likes about 5-10 minutes to just kind of chill, relax. There's been times where 8 o'clock rolls around and I go upstairs to get her out of bed. And, because irregardless, I like her to be out of bed between 8:30. You know what I mean? It's a good time to start the day. I've gone up there at 8 o'clock and she, wide-eyed, like, as soon as she heard me, started getting up. Like, so she was clearly just laying in her bed, relaxing, you know, enjoying life. Small enjoy moments. Like, all the little things is what makes your life amazing. You know what I mean? Moments like this, moments where I can do an early morning meeting and, you know, chat with me, myself, and I, but then also, you know, Wheels is here. Cheers again. Talk about life and all things moist. That's something else I like. So, I have no clue if Matthew has checked out my channel. I can assume, because, like, my Woo Plus is a little bit different. To be honest, I like the way Tinder is set up, because it has your pictures and then a bio. The way that Woo Plus does it is like it. Okay, you can't really see, but it starts with a picture. So you have your first picture, and it says your name and your age, and then it does these little things that you can answer. You don't have to answer them. You could just put pictures on it. But I answered the question. So, like, one question. I'd love if my partner, and then you fill it in. You know what I mean? So for me, it says, I'd love if my partner communicated with me always and takes the time to understand my mental and physical health challenges. And then, you know, more pictures. And basically, it's got things in between. So this is personal details. I'm 5'8", I'm mixed. My religion is other. I don't have a religion. I believe in the universe. They have spiritualism on here, but I don't I don't think I'd categorize myself as spiritualism. You know what I mean? Have kids, yes, and they live at home. Want kids? It depends. Smoking? Never. Drinking? Socially. So just small tidbits. Another question or like thing that you can fill in. I'm not okay if my partner, and then I put doesn't listen or beats around bushes. I'm extremely blunt and honest, and I seek that in a partner. And then, another picture, I did a picture of my face, and it says, mindfulness is the key to everything. And then we have my interests. So it gives these little bubbles that you can click, and people do the same. So then, you can see what you guys have in common. So it just, a bunch of different things. Like, for example, they had a section for gaming. I put casual game, shooting game, simulation game, role-playing game, and board game. Those are all the games that I enjoy. And there's more than that I enjoy, but you only could choose 5. So then we have like music. I put pop, R&B, soul, funk, hip hop and rap, dance, electronic, and then indie, alternative. I like travel, hiking. I put camping only because I'm totally interested in it. I've never been camping, but man, do I want to try it. But just, different things like that, and then more questions or like things that you can fill in because it's like a question but not a question. But it says things I will never do, and I put ghost someone because that's definitely something I will never do. Ghost someone, be anything but my authentic self. I call this being moist. So it says, things I will never do. Be anything but my authentic self. I love it. And then more pictures, and I made sure to do a bunch of different pictures. Plenty of faces, plenty of bodies, plenty of, with my child, you know what I mean? And the only reason I don't have my pic of my daughter towards the top, because on my Tinder, it's the 3rd picture. Or actually the 2nd picture. I want people to know that I'm a mom, you know what I mean? But in this one, it has, some other questions, must-do things, my must-do thing in the near future, thing these days I'm obsessed with, and then I put my club of Cottontales, because that's you guys, and my daughter, Rainbow, and that's when I put a picture of me and Rainbow right there. On my first date, I'd like to eat tacos and be swooned. As a hopeless romantic, I crave affection and attentiveness. Old person things I do. I value time, effort, and communication. And then you have a more stories about me, so you can just write whatever, about you. For me, I put, I'm currently looking for my forever someone. Feed me tacos, call me princess. I'm Kottontale Mooiisstt, a random content creator on YouTube. I utilize my social medias as a way to help myself mentally and physically. Everything I do is to evolve myself in life. And then the last picture is a full body one. And then I love this picture. It's just like a cute little smirk, and it says being called princess. I love being called princess. I am Princess Amber 100%. Like, even my mom knows that I'm so much a princess that, she knows that she has Princess Ambers. You know what I mean? And if anyone's the queen, it's my daughter. I am not the queen. I am the princess with a queen attitude. But no, I like how it's, geared. If someone was to actually read and go through my whole profile, they can learn quite a bit about me. You know what I mean? And then the same thing with my Tinder. I made sure, so Woo Plus is for plus size dating. I didn't feel as obligated. That's a great word to use, because obligation is doing something that you wouldn't necessarily want to do, or like want to do, like you're going through your pictures and you just want to choose pictures you like. But on Tinder, I want to make sure to have a couple full body pictures showing the way I look, because it's not a plus size dating site, you know what I mean? Woo Plus, everyone on the site is either a skinny person looking for someone bigger, or, vice versa. So there is thin people on the site, but they're not hooking up with each other, you know what I mean? The thin women are looking for big teddy bear dudes, and the thin guys are looking for big girls, so, which is a hella plus, like, hella plus. But, so, like, Tinder, if you've never been on Tinder, basically it puts your pictures at the top, and see, the second picture is me and my daughter, and then just other pictures and then that's a full body one. And I love this full body one because it's, right after I got my tattoo, and it just, like, it's showing my body. Like, I'm very clearly a big girl, you know what I mean? But I like my bio on my Tinder. Of course, it starts, I took a portion of this bio and put it on the Woo Plus, so the beginning portion is similar. Looking for my forever someone. Say hello, I bite, but not through a phone. All relationships start as acquaintances. This hopeless romantic hopes for more. Feed me tacos, call me princess. Are you willing to take the time to understand my mental and physical health challenges? 5'8", BBW, getting divorced. That's my daughter, Amber Jr. 420 friendly, medical 420, gamer, crafter, monogamous with a poly mindset. And then, of course, we have our bunny rabbit bitches giving love and moist kisses. I have that also in the Woo Plus one. I mean, they're my emojis, so why wouldn't I use them? And then at the very end, I'm a random content creator on YouTube. Hashtag no shame. We keep it hashtag moist. Now, I haven't added the Kottontale is moist to this one only because I have gotten more people from Tinder who, like, I don't know, like, when I had like my name on my YouTube channel on there, it was just like a weird sort of interaction versus just putting I'm a random content creator. Um, but I like when people, they read the profile and they see all that type of stuff, or like, they know that I have a channel, but that's not like their number one thing they're asking about. Um, because I get a lot of people, I have had people who paired with me on the sites that are like, oh, like, you're a YouTuber? Like, how many subscribers do you have? Like, do you make money? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, what's your favorite color? You know what I mean? Like, we're getting to know each other. Like, if you want to know about my YouTube, go to Kottontale is Moist and check it out. You know what I mean? Because anyone who actually clicks on the content, they will soon very quickly see that it's just a place for me to hang out, to be me. You know what I mean? Do I play video games sometimes? Yes. Do I do other stuff sometimes? Yes. Because it's a random channel. There is no ifs, ands, or buts to what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Shit, this meeting's gonna end in 15 minutes because irregardless, at 8 o'clock, I'm gonna end the meeting because that's when I'm gonna go upstairs to get Amber Jr. up. Ooh. And then I'm gonna stretch, make my hot cider, maybe eat something, and prepare to leave to go to therapy. After therapy, I'm going to be seeing my friend Cassie. I have a care package of clothing that no longer fits Rainbow that will fit her daughter. And then also I bought a pair of shoes for Rainbow that are too small. So I'm giving them to Cadence, which I'm really, really happy about because they were kind of expensive. Like, I don't think I ever would have spent the original price on them. I would never have spent $17 on some slippers for a toddler. Um, but I've spent $10, you know what I mean? And I have spent $16 on tennis shoes. The tennis shoes she has right now were $17 shoes. But they're great quality. And they got the lights. Like, you're paying for the lights when you buy light-up shoes. So, I'm okay with that. But in slippers, I'm not going to pay over $10. But these slippers were on the pricier range. They were $8.50. But they're super fucking cute. I actually, yeah, I can show you. So and it's a hard bottom, a nice hard bottom. They're a really quality made shoe. Like, they're definitely worth, the $17 price, and they're more, definitely worth $8.50. Super soft on the inside, plushy, really quality, stiff, and then, nice glitter. But, I mean, I would think that this is kind of a big toddler shoe, right? But no. No. Like, it's not. My child wears so that was a 7'8" toddler size. My child wears an 8'9", and very quickly it looks like it's going to be a 9'10", really, like, because she's definitely, if she wears a size 8, it's on the larger side of the 8. Like, right now she wears a size 9 shoe, and honestly, those are starting to fit her more perfectly. So yeah, God, that was stupid on my part for buying a slipper that was a size 7'8", knowing that her size 9s are starting to fit her perfectly. So she wears a size 9 now. Holy crap. Holy crap on a crapple. My daughter, she's the Jolly Dream Giant, I tell you what. Do you hear what I hear? sure I heard her go, like, you stretch in the morning. But irregardless, it is 7:46 a.m. So good motherfucking morning from me to you. But definitely good afternoon and good evening to all the wonderful Cottondales around the world. Will there be more content today? No clue. I am hopefully, I want to try to make plans with people. I want to try to hang out with people in real life. But if I can't get, interactions that way, for surely I'll be coming and making some content. I just don't know when. Um, I never know when I'm going to make content. That's just it is, I had been thinking about ever since the 4th grade, and probably before then, but I have very vivid memories of being in the 4th and 5th grade and setting up all my stuffed animals. And I actually made, like, I remember one was a crafting show, and I made a hat that was like this circular disc hat that you could sit any way on your head, and you could design it and color it however you wanted. And I made one for me, and I made one for Blue Bear. And me and Blue Bear, we sat and we did this show for anyone. Like, we pretended that we were talking to a live studio audience, and we showed people how to make themselves a hat. I've always wanted to do something where I show people my crafts and things like that. And, I used to want it to be a OPB, Oregon Public Broadcasting Network. I always wanted it to be, on Channel 10, my local channel, the same channel that had Lamb Chopped, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Bob Ross was on the channel. That's what I wanted, man. I wanted to be like Bob Ross, And as I got older and, my other behavioral disorders became very prominent, and just life happens, like, so many things contribute to your life, you know what I mean? That no longer became a possibility, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even really have things on that channel anymore except for the big things like Sesame Street. So for me, it seemed far-fetched for me to be able to do that. But I still had been thinking about it, my whole life. And when I was in high school, YouTube came about, because I'm class of 2005, and that was the year that YouTube came about. And I remember thinking, wow, like, I could utilize this platform to do what I used to want to do. I could film myself doing different crafts, and I kept thinking of different ideas. I've done a lot of them already in, when I was Amber Motherfucking Lewis, where Kottontale is Mooiisstt. It's always been the same channel. There's some YouTubers that constantly change their name. I can promise you, this is the last YouTube name change I will ever have. You knew me as Amber Motherfucking Lewis, you'll forever know me as Kottontale is Mooiisstt. And they're both accurate, because I still am Amber Motherfucking Lewis, because my last name is still Lewis, but I'm Kottontale, and I am Mooiisstt as a motherfucker. But I just imagined utilizing it, and the fact that I've got to share, like, tutus and reading and, a bunch of different things that I've always wanted to share in a different way. I got to do it now. But I had no idea that it was going to be live streams, you know what I mean? Like, literally, the first live stream that I watched was, like, March of 2016. And I started streaming myself July of 2016. I shit you not, the very first live stream that I ever watched and, like, knowingly knew it was, like, a live stream, and it wasn't, like, some super famous person. Because, like, I had known that live streaming had been a thing for a while for, like, more prominented people, you know what I mean? But I didn't realize that just any old Joe and Jane could do it. That's not something that I had known. And then I came across, different content creators, live streamers, that Justin showed me. And this was all in 2016, you know what I mean? 2016 was such a crazy year for me. I literally turned 30. Like, I was leveling up to 30 in 2016. And I got married. I started watching live streams. I then became a live streamer. I got separated. I got back together. I turned 30. Like, 2016 was just crazy for me, and now it's 2021, and it's even more crazy. Like, I don't know, ever since, living your life, loving yourself 100%, life is always going to have shit, but it just doesn't seem as shitty when you're loving yourself, you know what I mean? And it's like, from the moment that I was 26 to now. You know what I mean? The last 8 years of my life, I've had some crazy, crazy shit. Some things that would have definitely broke me 10 years prior. You know what I mean? Definitely would have broke me in my 20s, you know, or early 20s in my teens. But it, like, there was no way for it to break me at this point in my life. You know what I mean? And it's just such an amazing feeling knowing that I took a dream that little Amber had and used the mindfulness of current Amber, and I've been a content creator now for almost 4.5 years. Here in 5 days, I will have been making content on YouTube for 4.5 years. YouTube's only been around for almost 15. Like, this year YouTube turns 15. Or last year it turned 15. My bad. This year it turned 16. That's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I thought YouTube was, like, I thought YouTube came about in, like, 2002. You know what I mean? But no. 2002 was a good year. I lost my virginity that year. The ripe old age of 17. Or no, that was 2003. Okay, so damn, 2003. Let's check the book. I know math good in the morning. I think it would have been December 26, 2003, because I just turned 17. Because if we do the math, in 2004 is when I turned 18. Yeah, so I just turned 17. So yeah, it was. Yep, December 26, 2003. Damn. My high school years was from '01 to '05. My freshman year started September 2001. I feel like my generation was just like destined to have craziness. You know what I mean? Like, we started our high school year and 9/11 happens. You know what I mean? And then it just seems like there's tons of stuff. Like, I keep seeing posts of people being like, wouldn't it be nice if we could stop living through major world events? Like, major historical events. And I'm like, yes and no. I think it's kind of cool. Like, the stories that I'll have for not just my daughter, but, you know, eventually grandchildren would be so fucking awesome. But speaking of my daughter, she is officially awake, which anyways in 6 minutes I'd be ending, because it's 7:54 and at 8 o'clock I would be ending. But, you know, like clockwork, just before 8 she got up, so it's perfect. Aww, she's so cute. Thank you to Wheels and anyone else that's here incognitally, and of course, thank you to those individuals watching this as posted content. Thank you for essentially doing a wake and bake for me, with me. um, Jaded Rose was delicious. I may have some more medicine before I leave the house, but her dad should be here. He'll probably get here any minute now, honestly. But I'll start the morning, get her dressed, get her breakfast going, and then by the time I get that going, I'm sure he'll be here. He'll take over for that little bit. I'll be able to get my stretching done, be able to get dressed, because I put on just a quick outfit for the meeting. Well, actually, I plan on wearing this tank top, but that's only because I use tank tops as brasiers now, and it works, ladies. So I actually have been testing it out. I stopped wearing bras, except for I have this t-shirt bra that if I absolutely need to wear a brassiere, I have one, but on a daily basis I don't wear them. And I put on my sports bra, and for one, I could tell that my breasts were like fuller, which is weird because I breastfed and they felt very depleted and like flat after breastfeeding. So for them to feel plump like that made me feel so sexy. But it also was like tight. You know what I mean? Like, it just was uncomfortable. And that's how I could notice that my breasts are doing much better without it. So it's like, every so often a brassiere may make sense. Like, I was doing a fitness routine and a lot of jumping, and I just didn't want them to be free-flowing, so I wanted them to be more contained. That's why I was wearing the sports bra. But on a daily basis, just putting on, like this is a really thick tank top. Plus, I look out. I'm not one of those individuals who really, has marshmallow nipples, you know what I mean? So I'm not, cold all the time. Or it seems like I'm cold all the time. I can be cold and they still won't, really do much. So I look out. But I'm happier. I'm happier with the way they look. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happier the way they feel. Like, they're happier. I'm happier. And all because, giving up the booby trap for all puns intended. So, thank you for joining me for some Saturday morning content. This Saturday is going to be extremely moist, I can already tell. I am your moist maker. Kottontale is moist. Here on the YouTubes, I am Amber. And please remember to always be kind to yourself and everyone else. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Oh.